Good evening. Welcome to the City of Riverbank Regular City Council and Local Development Authority Board meeting. Boy, am I echoing. Today is May 8th, 2018. The time is 6 p.m. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing.
I fixed that up for you, Mayor.
You didn't.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, Jesus, we thank you for this grateful nation that you've given to us. We come to you tonight, Heavenly Father, and we just ask that you give wisdom to the elected officials of this city. We thank you, Heavenly Father, Jesus, because you have blessed us, each one of us. And we thank you for those blessings. Tonight, Heavenly Father, we just ask that you be with this city, this great nation that you've given us, and the great United States of America that we stand for. Heavenly Father, Jesus, we just ask that you bless it one more time. Bless it, Heavenly Father. Bless us. Bless each one here. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. Roll call, please.
Council Authority Member Leanne Jones-Cruz.
Here.
Council Authority Member Cal Campbell.
Here.
Council Authority Member District 2 Cindy Fossey.
Here.
Vice Mayor Chair Darlene Barber Martinez.
Here.
Mayor Chair Richard D. O'Brien.
Here. There'll be no changes to the agenda tonight. Any council or authority member or staff who has direct conflict of interest on any scheduled agenda item to be considered is to declare their conflict at this time. Seeing none, we'll proceed to item 1.1, Proclamation National Bike Month, May 2018. Carrie? Yeah, gotta look good. We're going to do it this way. All right. The City of Riverbank Proclamation National Bike Month, May 2018. Whereas bicycle riding has been celebrated as a Unitarian, economical, and environmentally sound mode of transportation since 1956, and whereas the month of May has been designated as National Bike Month by national, state, and local governments in order to promote greater public awareness of bicycle operation and safety education in an effort to reduce accidents, injuries, and fatalities. And whereas regular bicycling incorporates a healthy form of exercise into an individual's daily routine and serves to model healthy practices to children, and an increasing number of businesses have installed bicycle parking to support employees who commute by bicycle. And whereas the City of Riverbank encourages the increased use of bicycle, benefiting all citizens by improving air quality, reducing traffic congestion and noise, decreasing the use of and dependence upon finite energy resources, and fostering exercise. And whereas the education of cyclists and motorists as to the proper and safe operation of bicycles is important to ensure the safety and comfort of all users. Now therefore, let it be resolved, the City Council of the City of Riverbank does hereby recognize the month of May 2018 as National Bike Month, and the week of May 14th through 18th, 2018 as Bike to Work Week, and urges all road users to share the roads safely with bicyclists. Signed today, May 8th, and here you go.
Thank you, Mayor O'Brien.
Would you please address us?
I would be happy to.
Thank you.
Don't have to ask me twice. My name is Carrie McNichol, and I'm happy to be here this evening on behalf of the DIBS program. So we work with travelers and residents and employers across the Central Valley and here in Stanislaus County and in Riverbank to promote smart travel, biking, walking, carpooling, transit, and van pooling. And of course, at this time of year, the weather's getting wonderful, and we shift our focus especially to National Bike Month, as you probably heard from all those many words that Mayor O'Brien kindly read for us. Throughout the county, we are encouraging people to participate, and we have a variety of free resources for them to help plan their travels on our website at dibsmyway.com. In addition, we are doing countywide prize drawings. So anyone during the month of May who bikes or walks to work can log their trip on our website, use some of our resources, and they'll be entered to win those prizes. So we've got giveaways going all month long each week, and then at the end of the month, we'll do the grand prize drawings, which include things like bikes and gift certificates to wellness apparel stores, Amazon, Alexas. We've got all kinds of good stuff. And again, that's dibsmyway.com. We also have resources for employers and businesses in the community that may be wanting to promote this to their staff, help maybe alleviate a little parking congestion or just get their team healthy. And I'm available to help any business that's interested in that as well. So we've got some flyers that I'll leave in the back. I've also got a bag of first come, first serve. Take note, t-shirts, bike lights, some sunscreen, some bike bells and things like that I'll leave at the back of the room as well. If you've got grandkids or nieces or nephews or children of your own, the bike lights are a great one. We always want to make sure we're encouraging safety. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions you may have on the event or the campaign.
Okay, I think we should expand those type of activities that promote healthy living. In Riverbank, we have a large horse population. People ride. Oh, no,
Yes, yeah.
I'm not kidding.
No, I've seen it firsthand.
So we should start adding that. But some people come on down to the grocery store. We have people ride their horses through Starbucks. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing to do, but they ride through Starbucks in the morning for their coffee. So maybe we could start looking at that. We would like to have a bridle path around the city. So
That'd be great.
it would
It's
be.
all riding to work, right?
It is riding to work. Okay. Any questions for Carrie? Anything from the public? We do need more bicycle, what do they call it? Yeah. But thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Continuing, with item 2, public comment. No action can be taken. At this time, members of the public may comment on any item not appearing on the agenda and within the subject matter's jurisdiction of the City Council LRA Board. Individual comments will be limited to a maximum of 5 minutes per person, and each person may speak once during this time. Time cannot be yielded to another person. Under state law, matters presented during public comment period cannot be discussed or acted upon. For the record purposes, state your name and city of residence. Please make your comments directly to the City Council LRA Board. Do we have any public comment tonight? Vicki?
Good evening, council members and Mayor O'Brien. My name is Vicki Holt, and I'm the branch manager at the Riverbank Library. I'm here to tell you about the library's upcoming events. Story time is on Mondays at 10:30. Bilingual story time is on Tuesdays at 10:30. Our story times just began in May, so it goes for another 3 months. The Merit Book Club is next week on the 14th at 11 a.m. after my story time. This month's Art Lab is on Tuesday, March 15th at 3:30. Kids will make face collages out of magazines. This project is inspired by Pablo Picasso. The book club is reading Sold by Patricia McCormick. The discussion for this book is on May 22nd at 4 p.m. All ages can take the Summer Reading Challenge starting Tuesday, May 22nd. This year's theme is Reading Takes You Everywhere. Visit the library to pick up a reading log. Adults can participate too. Simply fill out a book review sheet to be entered into prize drawings. Summer reading ends Tuesday, August 7th. Summer reading is sponsored by the Stanislaus Library Foundation. We're having a citizenship class called On the Road to Naturalization 101 on May 23rd. It's a Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. It's being taught by Jesse Castro, a community relations officer from the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. All programs at the library are free to the public. It's because of the 1/8 of a cent sales tax dedicated to the library that we're able to offer these programs and services. Please stop by and visit. You're welcome anytime. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further public comment? Seeing none, we'll go to item 3, the consent calendar consisting of item 3A, waive readings. Item 3B, approval of April 24th, 2018 City Council and Local Redevelopment Authority minutes. Do I have anyone wishing to pull an item? Do I have anyone from the public wishing to discuss any items on the consent calendar? Seeing none, I bring it back to the City Council for a recommendation and/or action.
I make a motion that we accept the consent calendar. Second.
We have a motion to approve, a second on the consent calendar.
Council Authority members Fosse,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Jones Cruz,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Chair Barbara Martinez,
Yes.
Mayor Chair O'Brien.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item 6, LRA item 6.1, accept report on status of LRA budget for first, second quarter FY 2017-18.
Mayor and council members, we have Melissa Holdaway, Administrative Analyst with the Local Redevelopment Authority, to present this item.
Good evening, Chair and board members. I don't know if it's prudent to go through the PowerPoint as you've had this staff report and budget for a month, unless you want me to, if there's any
Just
questions.
go quick and hit the
Want me to hit 'em?
highlights.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, as you're aware, Fund 197 is our revenue that is leasehold revenue, and we are pretty much on target. We're just a little below that due to some offsets we provided to the tenants for the remediation project. The administrative expenditures are on target as well. We just have one line item that is in a negative, and that is for legal. Pretty sure that was due to all of the work done to get the transfer at the end of the year, as well as preparation for the RFP for the master developer. The facility expenditures are on target as well. As you can see at the end of the slide, our expenditures do exceed our revenues do exceed our expenditures, so we're sitting good at the end of the year. Our OEA grant did expire at the end of December. There will be no more activity on this fund unless we do get approval for the grant application I submitted to get us through the end of the fiscal year. Fund 199, our ESCA, is also doing well. We do get cash advances to cover the expenditures on the subcontractors, so we are sitting with a budget of about $3 million. It's probably gone down since then, since this is an older slide through December 31. The roof and siding capital improvement project is 65% complete. We do have some cost overruns in our material contract that was due to steel increases, and the vendor trickled that down to us.
Are we going to be able to make that up?
We hope so. We will see how that plays out at the end of the year.
Okay, that was my only question. Any questions for Melissa? Do everyone from the public wishing to discuss the budget for the LRA? Seeing none, I bring this back to the council for recommendation and/or approval.
I make a motion that we accept item 6.1.
I second.
We have a motion to approve and a second on item 6.1.
Council members Fosse,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Jones Cruz,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Barbara Martinez,
Yes.
Mayor O'Brien.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item 6.2, use of housing-related parks grants, funding for the community center renovation and/or pool locker room.
We have Sue Fitzpatrick, our Director of Parks and Recreation, who will be presenting this item.
Mayor, members of the council, about a year ago, the Parks and Recreation Department was notified that we were successful in our grant application for the housing-related parks grant. And so the amount of the grant was $352,841. And when we submitted the grant application, it was for both renovations of the community center and the pool locker room. And when Donna Kinney and I were working on the grant application, it was based, this particular grant is based on the number of affordable apartments and rehabs that were complete over a period of years within the city. And according to our calculations, we probably had almost $1 million coming, just under $1 million coming. So when we received the notification that we got the grant, we were excited but disappointed at the same time, because what happened is the amount of requested in the grant application was reduced due to the number of requests. So what they did is they just, kind of spread it out more evenly to the cities. So we didn't have enough in the long run to do both projects. So what our plan is to hold off on the expenses of those grant funds and submit the CDBG grant, which we did, and we submitted it for $600,000, and these funds, if awarded, can only be used for the community center, where the other grant can be used for both. So, what our plan is to delay the spending on that, see if we would be able to receive the other grant, which we were supposed to be notified in March, and then kind of go from there and maybe still be able to do both projects. So as of right now, there have been no notifications of the CDBG grant awards. We know it's in the process, so now we're in mid-May just about. The housing-related grant funds must be spent by June of 2019, so we're feeling like we need to get moving so that we don't jeopardize that funding. The conceptual designs are complete for both projects, but construction documents have to be done, and also the projects have to go out to bid. So we have to allow time for that. So we wanted to find out what council feels, what direction you might have, but the recommendation after talking to our architect and looking closely at these projects is maybe to move forward with the community center renovation, because it is a building that's used every day, in opposed to the pool locker rooms, which are used 3 months out of the year. And then just after the community center is done, look for additional funding for the pool. What we would do if we proceeded with that is we'd prioritize the floor. We know the floor and the kitchen are the two major issues there at the center. Prioritize the floor in the main area, because we know we have enough funding for that, and then phase the project. So phase 1 would include that, and then phase 2 would include all other improvements within conceptual design. That would be completed if we did receive the other award. So just maybe your thoughts, and we do feel like we need to move on, and we probably stalled long enough. If we did proceed and we got the other funding as well, we'd just be able to do more. We'd be able to do more at the community center and actually probably finish it to the conceptual design that we presented to council a couple years ago.
For the pool, how much would that cost to renovate?
The last figures we had were about $200,000, but there is an issue that came out of the ADA consultation that we had, and the pool deck is just a small percentage off slope, and we're going to have to fix that hole, because once you spend $120,000, it kicks you into full ADA. So we would have to make the entire area ADA, which would involve that slope, and we're not totally sure how much that's going to cost yet. We're in the process of getting those numbers. So the $352,000 would pretty much let us complete the pool, but it would be tight with that slope fix.
You allowed me to volunteer work at the pool with Rotary a couple years back.
Correct.
And I've noticed, I believe it really is a health hazard in some of the areas, and it really does need to be redone. An ADA for those, I think that needs to be complied with. I know it won't get done this summer because you're in use, but I believe that that should be our priority, since that is for a lot of the children and others that would require. You're starting a program for individuals with disabilities for your pools.
Correct.
And I believe, personally, you have just about enough funding to do the pool, locker rooms, and the decking. I believe that should be our priority. I would love to get the community center redone, but I'd like to redo it all at one time where it'd be more economical, in my opinion, but that's just my thought.
Okay.
If you did get to start the community center, what would your timeline be and how long would it take you and would the center be down?
We're hoping we could get it done pretty quickly. It would depend. We just did phase one, probably just a month at the most. If we were able to get the other, say tomorrow we get notified that we get the other grant as well, and we were able to move forward with the whole thing, I would say a couple months, maybe 3 months at the most, 2 at the least.
And so if the community center was okayed, would you be starting in July, August, or when?
Yeah, we would have to go out to bid and go through that process, but somewhere in that time period is what we were thinking.
Okay.
Because we do have to spend those funds by June of 2019.
Thank you.
Can you use the CDBG grants for the pool?
No.
I just have 2 questions. So if we did the pool, do we have enough time within our time frame to do the pool or not?
Yes, we would, either project, we just have to move, what we would do is we'd need to start it right after this season, start it in September,
Okay, so we would.
and get it done.
Now, I'm a little confused because unless I heard you incorrectly, we do or we don't have enough funds with this to do it. And if we get into it and spend over 100,000, then it kicks us into fixing the slope. So do we have enough funds to do that project and the slope or not? I'm a little
It's gonna be
confused.
tight. We haven't got the figures in for what it's gonna cost for the slope yet. We were hoping we could only do one side because that's where we put the handicap lift, but we were told recently we have to do the whole deck, so we need to get those costs. And as soon as we get those, but it will be tight. If we have 352, our original cost was about 200. So we still have some room. I'm not real sure how expensive that will be. I don't
So
have a guess.
It may or may not take us out of the budget to get that done, so we might be left with just doing the community center anyway. Am I correct on that one? If the slope costs too much?
Then I would need to get direction on that, is if we could proceed now to find out those numbers. I could get those pretty quickly. And then we'll know. And then if it exceeded what we had, and we can also tweak the design, the conceptual design a little bit. We had 2 different options we showed council, and it was a couple years ago, but one of them was lesser extravagant than the other. And that was the one that came into about 175,000. Now numbers have gone up a little bit, but my guess is we'd be pretty close. I think we could complete the pool.
Okay.
Maybe not as extravagant as we wanted, but as far as fixing the floor, drains, making everything ADA, and upgrading it, making it prettier, those type of things would.
Do you still have a mold issue? You had a mold issue when you had me in there.
No, we've done a lot of work out there. Oh, we did a lot of work out there. It's much better than it was years ago.
Well, I'd like to see if you could come back with figures to see how much it would cost to try to take care of the pool. And that cost does not include the renovation of the locker room, right? Or it
No,
would?
that's the whole.
Oh, it's the
That's
whole
the
thing?
whole
Yes.
Okay.
thing.
I'd like to see if you could come back with some figures very
Okay.
quickly for us. I don't want to drag it on, but,
I know, because we're
we
running
can see where we're
timeframe,
going.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot us.
Okay.
We don't need to sit down and have a presentation, then we discuss it. Just shoot us the figures, and we'll be able to maybe even discuss it during strategic planning, then bring it back for what do we do for a consideration, since we can't make a decision?
Okay, I can get those figures quickly.
Any others? Anyone from the public wishes to speak on this issue? She can speak too if she wants. Okay, I'll bring this back. I believe that we have given you direction,
Thank you.
and I don't believe we need to do any further action. Nope, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, item 7.1, staff comments?
Just two comments tonight. The first being that the special planning commission meeting that was public noticed for tomorrow evening has been canceled. So any resident who received a notice, please be aware that the meeting has been canceled and will be rescheduled to a later date. Second, we do have our utility rate assistance program applications available. Those are available to seniors over the age of 65 and any resident who is permanently disabled. The applications are available online and in our offices here at City Hall South and at City Hall North. Applications are due by June 15th, and the deadline will be extended if we see that there is a need to extend that deadline. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call the finance department and they can provide you with additional information regarding the program.
Thank you. Council comments, Councilmember Fossey? Councilmember Campbell?
Just like to remind everyone that on Saturday, the Christian Food Sharing is having their annual pork sandwich fundraiser to help raise more money to provide food for the community. And that's going to be at the Scout Hall. You can drive up there and they'll bring it out to you. I believe it costs $10 for pulled pork sandwich, beans, salad to go with it. And it's good. It's a good lunch or dinner if you want to contribute to it. Likewise, on Sunday, the 20th, the Historical Society will be having their annual omelet breakfast fundraiser. That will go from 8:30 until 12:30. There'll be raffle prizes. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children under 5. And you get a really good breakfast that you can either take with you or stay there and eat. And they have raffle prizes. Have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Jones Cruz?
I have nothing for tonight.
Vice Mayor?
I just want to say congratulations to the graduating classes of 2018. I'm sure that all of my council members agree that this is exciting times for our graduating students. So I just want to say congratulations again. And yesterday I had the chance to ride the San Joaquin Amtrak Morning Express to Sacramento, and it provides an easy access to our early morning meetings, and it was a very nice, comfortable, easy ride. I really enjoyed it. So I look forward to using that again as I have to go to Sacramento many times during the year. Thank you. It was train, Amtrak. Yeah.
And it was very inexpensive. I think that we should encourage anyone going up to use it and come back. It's easy and cheaper than being paid for gas. I just want to thank the staff for the efforts that they have been giving me and the council over the last year. And we had the nonprofits meeting in January, February, and we've had some taskers out of that, and we've been meeting the tasked out of it. Just last week, we met with some of the nonprofits from Christian Food Sharing. That was Julie Bowles, Linda Silva, Scott McRitchie, Consuela, Matt, last name? Darn it, sorry, Consuela. We met and we talked about how do we give assistance to those who need it with utilities for either one time or how do we spread load their bills. And they are very creative individuals, and our staff is very creative in how they get them organized. So please extend my thanks to your entire staff. I truly appreciated that. With that, I have no other further comments, so we'll go to closed session consisting of item 8.1, conference with real property negotiator pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8, property 062-031-005, 006, and 007. Agency negotiator Maricela Garcia, Assistant City Manager, Property Negotiator, Ametis Incorporated. Anyone wishing to have comments on this closed session item may do so before we go to closed session, and you have approximately 5 minutes. Do we have any public comment on this item? Seeing none, we now adjourn to closed session. Oh, very good. The City of Riverbank City Council and Local Redevelopment Authority Board meeting is now reconvened. Item 9, report from item 8.1, Conference with Real Property Negotiators. Direction has been provided to staff. With that, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you. Good night.